What is going on, everybody? How y'all guys doing? Welcome to another edition of Joel's Crime Stories, also known as Joel's as Crime News. If it's your first time tuning in to the broadcast, please do me a favor. Go ahead on and hit that like button, hit that notification bell all the way up top. Share this broadcast, share this broadcast. All right. So, also to do me a huge favor, participate in the $5 challenge. I got the descriptions down below. Also, follow me on all my platforms as well. If you're on Haps, go ahead on and follow me tonight. This will be a good time that you'll be able to see how we actually work and get down over here on these crime stories. Uh, Again, like I said, share, please share, and let's go ahead on and get jump into this. So tonight I'm going to give y'all another edition of Crime Stories. What's going on around the nations, you know, because I think that we don't hear too much about this crime, you know. We don't never hear anything anymore about crime. We always hearing about the mainstream media. It seems like they're trying to keep us from hearing about the crime. So I think the more we hear about what's going on with crime, the more we can be prepared to keep our eyes and ears to the streets. You know what I'm saying? Be able to understand what to look for with some of these crazy people. Thank you for following, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for Sidehound for just subscribing. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead on and jump into the first story. So I'm gonna go and set this thing up so we can start doing some presenting here. Give me one moment. Set this here. And as I go into these stories, I'm gonna tell you what my opinion is. Like always, I'm always gonna give you good stuff. It never fails. Let's go get this set up here. Right. Okay. Let's go ahead on. Do this right over here. Let's go and start presenting. Let's see what we got here. Alright, let's see if it let me do this. Gonna see if it let me go this grid. Well, I guess we'll do it side by side, or we're gonna do the stack. Let's see how the stack look. We're gonna do it tall. We do grid. Alright, so let's go into this. Let's talk about what we got going on with this gentleman here. And I'll read you the story. So we got a New Jersey murder suspect that claims he killed 15 more in New Mexico, and the authorities are trying to investigate this case. This is a little weird case right here with this guy. Uh, so I'm gonna go ahead on and tell you what happened with how this came about. New Jersey murder suspect claimed that he killed 15 more in New Mexico. Authorities investigating the claim. Now, this is in Gloucester County, New Jersey. Now, the suspect is accused of killing a New Jersey man and considered a person of interest in the death of four people in New Mexico, including ex-wife. Now, he confessed to killing 16 people, a claim authorities were investigating. Uh, Grants, New Mexico resident Sean Lannon, 47, was arrested in St. Louis, Missouri on March the 10th, 2021. Now, Lannon is suspected in the death of a previous unidentified man whose body was found in East Greenwich, New Jersey. That's crazy right there. On March the 8th. Now, Lennox was last seen on the same day at a Camden bus station about 18 miles away from East Greenwich. 3 days later, on March the 5th, 4 bodies were found in a vehicle in a parking garage. Now, Albuquerque International Sunport Airport, one of the 4 victims was Lennon's ex-wife. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it, Mama Bear Claudia. Thank you for the endorsement. The other 3 victims found at the parking garage were identified as Matthew Miller, 21, Justin Mata, 40, and Randall Apostolin, 60. Now, Matthew Miller has been missing since February. The Grants, New Mexico Police Department said in February that Jennifer Lannon and Justin Mata were wanted in connection with Miller's disappearance. The Associated Press reports Jennifer Lannon, Miller, and Mata were friends, and Apostolin lived out of his car and was known to give rides for money, according to Grants police. The bodies were found in a porcelain car. Now, Sean Lannon confessed to killing all 4 people found at the Albuquerque Airport parking garage and 11 other individuals, according to Gloucester County Assistant Prosecutor Alec Gutierrez. Gutierrez said Lennon had confessed to luring several victims to a home in New Mexico and dismembering some of them. Grants Police Lieutenant David Chavez said police were not aware of missing person or homicide reports that would match Lennon's story, but there were investigations. It's my understanding that the FBI is assisting New Mexico in the investigation, Gutierrez said in Lannon's detention hearing on Friday. Authorities said in court documents that Lannon made the admission in a phone call to a relative, saying the 11 other individuals were drug dealers. Is it possible? Sure, it's possible. Is it probable? Probable? No. Probable not. Lieutenant Chavez said, according to the Albuquerque Journal. The body found in New Jersey on March 8th was identified as Michael Dabowski, 66. Now, Dabowski had been beaten to death with a hammer in his own home. Sean Lennon is accused of breaking into the home and murdering Dabowski. Now, this is what he said. Now, get this. He said Dabowski had sexually abused him, allegedly, as a child, and that he had gone to the home to retrieve sexual explicit photos. Now, Dabowski had mentored Lennon and his twin brother through the Big Brother program in the 1980s, New Jersey reported. Lennon was driving Dabowski's stolen car when he was arrested in St. Louis on March the 10th. As of March 22nd, Sean Lennon has been charged, um, only been charged with Dabowski's murder. Grants police announced in February they were seeking 46-year-old Daniel Lemons in connection to the death of Jennifer Lemons, Matthew Miller, and Justin Mata. Lemons was considered armed and dangerous. Lemons' current status was unclear. Man, this is crazy. If this dude actually did kill 11 more people besides the 4 that he had, which is a total of 15, this would make him a pretty much one of the most prolific killers right now that was active in the 21st century, like literally active in the 21st century. That what it would make him. Like that would put him up there in a pretty high regard. Rest in peace to his ex-wife. Rest in peace to the people that died. But man, killing somebody that did that to you is not the way to go. I mean, and then the way he said the dude would still have pictures of him, that's even more disturbing. Who would have old pictures like that back in the 1980s? I mean, he would have to have it somewhere where anybody could have got access. Cause you have to put that stuff in like plastic or a catalog. I mean, what they call that? A photo album. It's crazy, man. That story just creeps me out just thinking about it. Ooh. All right. So that's this guy. We're gonna go to the next story. Let's see what we got going on here. Next story. Boy, this is a real winner. We got a sentencing going on. Somebody got their boots smoked. Let's get into this story right here. California couple sentenced to 32 years to life for girl's 2012 torture murder. She don't need. They don't need 32 years. They need to put them both just straight life or the death penalty. That's just disgusting. San Bernardino, California. A California couple was sentenced to 32 years to life in prison for the torture and murder of the man's 4-year-old daughter. According to Bernardino County District Attorney Office, Ronald Greer and Bianca Staunch lived together in an apartment in Adelanto, California. In 2012, Samaya was Greer's daughter, and Staunch reportedly had extreme dislike for Samaya and treated her poorly. I don't know why parents surround themselves with someone who dislike their child. If someone don't like your kid, that should give you a tell sign that they need to go. Man, this already sounding fucked up. Prosecutors said Staunch beat Samaya on a daily basis. Yet Greer did not intervene in any way to stop these beatings. Some of the abuse, prosecutors said, included Staunch duct taping Samaya's wrists and ankles and leaving her so she could not get water. One time, Samaya made it to the kitchen where she drank cleaning solution because it was the only liquid she could find. Wow. The DA's office said other instances involved Staunch beating her with a belt and cords and pouring a pot of boiling water on her back and chest. Y'all, why can't we just do some of this stuff to some of these fucked up individuals the way they do children and elderly people? I'm really serious. That should be the punishment. You should get that on a daily basis to what you did to children and elderly people. I guarantee you, if they would somebody get boiling hot water, whip her with extension cords, just brutalize her in jail every day, all day long, I guarantee you this will stop this madness with a lot of these people. This is just disgusting. On the night she died in 2012, okay, prosecutor said Samaya was denied water during her last days of her life. On the night she died in 2012, Samaya was locked inside a bedroom at their apartment and was left with Staunch's cousin. Was Staunch and Greer went to dinner? The DA office said Staunch Greer and Staunch cousin Rashawn drove Samaya's body out to the desert where she was buried. An autopsy revealed the girl's cause of death was dehydration. Ronald Greer and Bianca Staunch was found guilty on October the 6th, 2020 on charges of first-degree murder, child abuse, and special allegations of causing death. On Friday, March the 12th, 2021, Bianca, uh, Annie Marie, Anime Staunch, and oh God, Bianca Anime Staunch, that's an ugly name, and Ronald Dean Greer was sentenced to 32 years of life in prison for murdering the 4-year-old Samaya Christine Cornell Downing. Y'all, I just want to know what goes on in the thoughts of these people's processes. I mean, I just want to know, man, for real. I mean, what did that little girl done? What did that little girl do to deserve this? This is just disgusting, man. Like I'm sitting here trying to figure this out. Like, what did she do to deserve this? Man, shoot, this is crazy. I mean, nobody can even explain. Rest in peace to that little girl. For real. She did not deserve to go out like that. Pretty little girl. And guys and women, if you are soft enough to let somebody do that to your child and you don't stand up to protect your child, you ain't shit. I'm sorry. I have no respect for you. You are a piece of shit. That's just what it is. You never loved that child. You never cared for that kid. Nobody should allow anybody to do their kid like that. Nobody. I love my kids equally. They're not even my blood children. And I would hurt somebody if they did that. They would get it, bro. It's disgusting. All right, we're going to go to the next crime story. It's about. I go with that one. We already talked about that. Now, this is an interesting story out of San Antonio, Texas. Mother arrested for child abandonment and toddler remains. Remains missing. Again, I just wish there was some cases where some of these people you can just keep them from procreating, you know? But that's just my personal opinion. Texas woman wanted in a missing person investigation of her 18-month-old son was arrested Tuesday morning, but a child was not found. San Antonio police were searching for 20-year-old Delaney Charez and her 18-month-old son, James Charez, after they were last seen together on January the 4th, walking into a San Antonio pharmacy. Police said detectives believe the two may have been in. Delaney Charez was seen on February 24th on video at San Antonio bus station. Police said she rode the bus for several hours before exiting at the North Star Transit Center. Charez uses public transportation often, police said. Family members contacted San Antonio police to report the mother and child missing. San Antonio police said FBI agents joined the search at a local park on Saturday, March the 13th. KSAT TV reported Marisol Gomez, the mother and great aunt of Delaney and James, first reported them missing on February the 22nd. Delaney Charez was arrested Tuesday at 3 a.m., according to Berks County authorities, and charged with child abandonment. Reports according to the arrest affidavit, Charez did not answer investigators' questions, but did tell them she did not feel prepared to be a mother and considered giving the baby up for adoption. Investigators said search of the trailer found a bed sheet with a crib with human blood on it. In the affidavit, Charez said she gave the child away to multiple people. Family members said they haven't seen the child since Thanksgiving, but he was seen on security camera footage at Walgreens on January the 4th. Man, this is crazy. January the 4th was the last time that little baby was seen. They reported this child, they reported this lady missing. Wow. Listen, I don't think I mean, Lord, forgive me if I'm wrong, but I really do not think this lady gave that child up to multiple people. I think that she hurt that child. I really do. I mean, you got blood in the crib, you got the child is not with you. You're talking about you gave it to someone, you don't know who it is, you didn't want to be a mother. I'm telling you, she has gotten rid of that child. That child could be anywhere at all. Now, this is just sad, man. If you weren't ready to be a mother, you should have kept your legs closed. And if you couldn't do that, then you should have made arrangements to give the child up for adoption. I don't know why these people like this. They get these children in the world, then they turn around as soon as their wings are cut or they can't do what they want to do, and they look at the child as a burden. Instead of giving the child to someone who will not consider it as a burden, but consider the child as a blessing, they want to get rid of it. They want to kill it and destroy it. It's just disgusting, man. I mean, you can't make this shit up. Cannot make this shit up. Being dead serious. Mm, 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 mm. All right, we're gonna see what we got on the next one here. I don't think it's nothing. Now, I talked about this story here in my other broadcast. I'm not gonna talk about it again. Wow, this is crazy. Let's talk about this dirt bag. See what we got here, guys. It's pulling up right now. All right, let's pull up this dirt bag. All right, got his picture here. Look at this face. I know he's go to jail. He's gonna be fresh meat. I can just see the look on his face. Somebody's gonna enjoy every bit of it. Ohio man accused of raping teen living under her bed for 3 weeks. Akron, Ohio. An Ohio man accused of raping an underage girl, taking photographs of her, and living underneath her bed for weeks. Barberton resident Jarrett Wright, 20, reportedly met the victim, who is between 13 and 18 years old, according to the Hamilton County Prosecutor's Office on Instagram. Before I get any further, parents, that means single moms, single dads, people that co-parent, people that live in the same household. If you have teenage children in that age bracket, 13 through 17, this is what you need to do. You need to check your child's social media. I'm telling you now, because these is where these jokers is at. They love preying on young girls. They have nothing else better to do. They're sick in the head. They're disturbing. That's what they do, man. They prey on these young girls. Now, Wright allegedly held down the victim and forced her to have sex. The prosecutor's office said Wright was staying under the teen's bed with her knowledge. The victim's mother found Wright living under the bed after 3 weeks, according to the prosecutors. Jared Wright was charged with 3 counts of rape and 1 count of producing child pornography and held on a $50,000 bond on Hamilton County Justice Center on March 13, 2021. And let me tell you about guys like this, guys. They do this because there's no male in the home. I'm being real. Guys like that, when they see there's no man in the home, that's what they do. They will do disturbing stuff like that. They like to prey on young girls who have no father involved in the life. They live with their mom, or moms, they like that. They like this. To them, that's easy access. That's why we as men in society, especially in these neighborhoods that we live in, if we know there's a single mother around, she needs help, or having trouble with her daughter, sometimes it's best for us to be as supportive, to be supportive. You know what I'm saying? Be that male figure, because unfortunately, right now we live in a world where we got some sickos, and if they see that there's no alpha male in presence, that's what they do. These guys like this, that's what they do. Now, I'm telling you right now, he's probably going to go to jail and he's going to fold. He's going to fold like a ton of bricks. I could just look in his face and tell. I wouldn't be surprised that he'll get turned out in jail within minutes. Cause I could tell he's soft. Yep. He's definitely done for. So it's not gonna work out for him. Let's talk about this story here. Man, where they what? Oh my god. This cat here. And this had to be my state, y'all. I'm sorry, South Carolina. I don't like putting y'all on blast. It's some bullshit here. Why this joker had to be from my state? And he near from the town, the county that I'm from. Damn. Had to be South Carolina. Motherfuckers. All right, South Carolina. Time for y'all to get sad. South Carolina man arrested after father's body found in closet 3 weeks after death. South Carolina man was arrested for allegedly neglecting the father's health, resulting in the man's death, hiding the man's body in a closet for weeks, and using money for drugs. Oh, Lord. Chester County Sheriff Department responded to a report of a dead body at Boyd Royd residence on Sunday, March the 14th. Arriving deputies found Clyde Shirley, 75, dead at the scene. Investigators said Shirley had died on around February the 25th. Damn, 2021. Shirley's son allegedly failed to report the man's death. You know you got to be on some damn good drugs to keep a dead body for 3 weeks in a closet, and you don't, and that scent don't get to you. You know how a dead body got a scent. Okay, let me tell y'all this. Y'all ever smell a dead animal decaying, like out in the woods or something like that? Like you find a deer or maybe a squirrel or even a dog got hit or a cat and it just or got wounded and it's decaying. All right, I want you to multiply that shit by 10 on a dead body because we had somebody in our neighborhood who died in the PJs that was in there for a long time, an older lady. Nobody didn't know she passed away, and she was in there for almost year, almost a week and a half, and it was the summertime. So yeah, it is absolutely disgusting. It is. You can't even, bruh. You can't get near it. You'll vomit. Like it's that bad. Like that's why people have to have a hazmat mask on whenever they get these dead bodies out of these houses. So he was able to endure that smell for that long of a time and not get sick. Damn, that's some good drugs. Not that I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not promoting drug use, but it's got to be some hellified drugs for somebody to do that. That's crazy. Now, sheriff deputies in South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, which is SLED, investigators allege that Clyde Shirley's son, William Shirley, 34, damn my age, placed his father body in a closet in the residence. The body remained in the closet until law enforcement arrived at the home. Investigators allege William Shirley neglected to provide basic care for his father, who was in poor health. Clyde Shirley cause of death was not released. Investigators determined William was a habitual drug user and utilized his father's money to support his drug habit. The Rock Hill Herald reports that William Shirley refused to allow another caregiver to see his father and assess his father's condition according to arrest warrants, and he did not seek medical care, leading to his father's death. William Shirley gave others misinformation about his father's whereabouts since late February. Will Shirley is charged with abuse, knowing and willfully neglect of a vulnerable adult, resulting in death and exploitation of a vulnerable adult, and was held at the Chester County Detention Center. I don't know how many years he's gonna get. I think that charge alone might get maybe 10 or 15, but it's still not good because that's your parent, dog. Like if you on drugs to the point where you can't take care of your parent or your wife or your kids, You need to might as well just go ahead on and tell God to just strike you down with lightning so you can just do us all a favor and quit wasting space. Because that's what you are. You're a waste of space, man. Like, this dude literally is a waste of space. You let your dad die for some drugs. Bruh. Sorry. I mean, you can't convince me on that. There's no way you could convince me on that. Wow, that's wild. Let's see what else is our next story up in here in this joint. Okay, we're gonna do this one, and then I'm gonna call it a night for y'all guys, cause I told y'all I'd get y'all some good stories. So y'all gonna like this. Sorry, Arkansas. I didn't want to do y'all like this. I really didn't. But this right here is classic. This is funny. This is too funny. And I appreciate that, man. Follow me back, bro. Follow me back. Everybody, if you like these stories, go ahead on and subscribe. If you on Haps, go on and donate a little something. It helps out with the goal. I don't ask for much. I'm just trying to get to a goal, man. It helps me stay independent. Arkansas man suspected of stabbing wife's boyfriend gets stuck in chimney. You know, this already sounds bad. Woo, man. I don't know who's the okay. I gotta read this story. Maybe I can kind of see who's in the wrong on this one. But this is crazy. Let me see if I can give y'all a little bit more insight here. Let me change it up. All right. Okay, so that way you get the whole deal of this dude. This is in Forest City, Arkansas. An Arkansas man suspected of stabbing his wife's boyfriend was arrested Friday after getting stuck in a chimney as he attempted to flee from police. Forest City police said officers responded to a reported stabbing at a residence on Albert Avenue about 4 a.m. Friday saw a man running from the residence. Inside the residence, officers found 28-year-old Jimmy Rogers with multiple stab wounds to his upper body. Rogers was pronounced dead at the scene. Damn. Officers determined the suspect is married to a woman who lives at the address. The husband, 35-year-old Elliot Stewart, was identified as the suspect. God almighty. Man, early indications of this investigation are that this crime may have been committed by a husband on a current boyfriend. According to Forest City Police, after clearing the scene, officers canvassing the area where the suspect was last seen running received a report from a homeowner on a nearby street who said an unknown person was stuck in their chimney. Wow. Stuck in the chimney. Damn, bro. Thank you, Boxing MMA 365, for following me, bro. You can also donate to me on Haps too if you want to, bro, if you're part of Haps, while being a part of the Periscope and Twitter family. Now, Forest City Fire Chief Shane Dallas told KLRT TV that firefighters were able to get him out the bottom. In order to get Stewart out, he said they had to disassemble the chimney, removing some bricks and some metal braces and things of that nature. And then he was able to assist him in sliding out. Lord have mercy. This joker here. Photos from the let me show y'all the photos. I gotta show y'all the photos. Hold on. They got photos of this mess. Damn, man. Arkansas go all out. They even show the photos on this. Look at this mess. Look at these photos, man. They ain't giving this man no love. They got the man all on the newspaper being stuck. God, dog. Photos from the Forest City Fire Department showed firefighters. Thank you, man. I appreciate the love, man. On the roof of the home as well as Stewart being led away in handcuffs. Around 8 a.m., Stewart was hospitalized for treatment before he was booked. Stewart was booked on the St. Francis County Detention Center on charges of first-degree murder, 2 counts of first-degree endangering the welfare of a minor, criminal trespass, and second-degree criminal mischief. He's held on $1 million bond. Bruh, look, I don't know what the situation is, but something tells me that it sounds like they were estranged. You know, because sometimes the way I'm getting the feel of this story, a lot of women will leave you when they feel like you're doing nothing but, whatever the situation may be, they'll leave. And when they'll leave, they be separated, but they decide that they need, somebody to entertain their time, or they moved on, or you don't want to sign out, whatever it is. I know a lot of people, why they separated, which is wrong. I'm not promoting it, but it's to each his own. I wouldn't do it. I mean, I've done it before whenever I was separated my first marriage, but I wouldn't do it now, ever, because it's just too much drama. Go and decide to start dating while separated. And when they do this, then the spouse finds out they moved on, because they're going to find out. And before you know it, you got all this hostility, all this drama, and I guarantee you that this lady even moved this boyfriend into her residence that he was probably still helping her pay for, or either that she moved into this guy's residence and still somewhat dealing with that husband, because no husband 3% is going to snap like that and go after that boyfriend. I really think that this guy still was still in love with his wife and had hopes they were going to get back together, and this happened. It's sad, man. That's why you got to move accordingly. If you really done on a relationship, get the proper paperwork started, move forth the right way. Because when you doing that separation shit and y'all seeing other people and chilling, all it takes is somebody getting their feelings and somebody will die. Somebody will die. That's just facts. All right, let me get up off here tonight on this one right here. All right, guys. So this is all that I got for you guys on Joe's Crime Stories, also known as Crime News. If it's your first time tuning into the broadcast and you like what you see, please hit the like button on all of my channels on YouTube. Joe's Crime Stories, JOELS Crime Stories. That's right. You can follow me there. That's my crime channel. We starting to pick up a little bit of people now. We in the hundreds finally. You can also follow me on my other channel, my bigger channel, Joel Media Network, Joel Davis Media Network. I have the Crime Stories News right here, Crime News up over here, so you can check that channel as well. That's the Big Daddy channel. And you can also follow me on Twitch, Joel's Crime Stories, or you can follow me on my other Twitch platform, Navy Vet 2K20. But most of the time, I got conservative news over there. So thank y'all very much. I appreciate you guys. Take care of yourself and each other. And please, guys, don't let your emotions be the fault of you sealing your fate. I'm going to say it again. Do not let your emotions be the reason that you fuck around and seal your fate. And that's all I got for y'all. Take care. Good night.